Yeah, you're tougher than Tendulkar, actually.
This is the last piece of content on the channel. एक बार फिर से आ गए हैं वाका उस मैदान पे जहां पे इंडिया ने 2008 में ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराया था। अब ये मैदान यूज नहीं होता क्योंकि हम एकदम नए ब्रांड न्यू पर्ल स्टेडियम पे चले गए हैं, लेकिन आज भी क्या ग्राउंड है यार, यहाँ से वो हवा आती थी। मैं क्यों बता रहा हूँ, उस बंदे से मिलते हैं जो इस ग्राउंड पे बहुत क्रिकेट खेला है, द लोकल हीरो, द सुपरस्टार, Brad Hogg at the WACA.
Hey,
Brad,
mate.
good to see you, Brad.
Welcome to my second home.
Your second home. Thank you so much for opening it up for us.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for coming. So it's the wicket here is very much like what we've got out Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
We're very lucky that the drop-in wickets over there have the same clay content as what we've got here, and I think the wicket over there is a lot quicker than what we've got here. It's like the WACA of old,
Yeah.
the pace and bounce when Lily, Thompson and that was bowling the Gavaskar and all the likes of the tourists that came over in 1977. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, we won in 2018-19 and then thereafter, two back-to-back series. But for our generation, that win in 2008, that was special because obviously also coming back of what happened in Sydney.
Yeah.
You were part of that game as well?
No, I was 12th man. I was actually I was.
No, not Perth, but you played in Sydney, didn't you?
Yeah, I played in Sydney.
You played in Sydney, you played in Adelaide?
Played in Adelaide. Yeah, don't remind me of Adelaide. So
Just
belted me everywhere. I had no answer to Verinda Sowak. But look, we've had some fantastic contests against India, and I reckon the difference between this generation to the generation that we played, I think we're probably better fielders and we're probably a little fitter than the Indian team back then. And that's what I like about Virat Kohli with his leadership. He's really instructed his players when he was captain to be a lot fitter. He had those fitness standards. You could see it in the field, and all of a sudden they were dominating world cricket and well ahead of everyone else. The great Vishen Bedi came over here in 1977 and he played against my dad in Country 11 cricket. I think it was out Wagnon Hills, so that's about 3 hours in the bush here in Western Australia. I've got a photo with Vishen Bedi where he's in my arms as a 5-year-old, so that was one of the most precious pieces of memorabilia I've ever got. But he's got the turban on, and not being worldly at the age of 5, I said, Mr. Bedi, that hat's not going to do you any good in the Australian sun. And I learned very quickly that there's another religion apart from Roman Catholic in the world. So
there we go.
I learned about the Sheikh. But I started out as a batsman, and I didn't start bowling leg spin until my first Shield game. So my second Shield game was here at the WACA. So I'm batting number 6. I'm batting out this end, fast bowler out the other end. On the front foot, good length. Normally you don't have a cover, so you got a mid-off point.
Yeah.
Just blocked it into the cover region.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, 1, 2, and it just rolled off the boundary for 4, and I thought, this is the best. All you got to do is just block the ball, time it, and you get value for shots.
Geez, thank you so much for getting me onto the square. The ground's getting ready for a Shield game. So as we walk a little into the sun, tell me, Brad, how did spin happen then?
Spin, basically.
And not just any spin, right? I'm not going to use the Chinaman word. I think it's so glad that cricket's moving on from these things. Left arm leg spin, how did that happen?
So basically, my hero is coaching over here, or as assistant coach, Jeffrey Marsh. So he grew up in my era, and he debuted against India as well. But he was the captain of WA. I was bowling my medium paces. He tried to pull me, I got him in the helmet, and Tony Mann, the manager of the time, late Tony Mann, and he said, don't do that to the captain, all right, if you want longevity in the state team. What about try and bowl some of these left arm leg spinners? And I go, what do you mean left arm leg spinners? I've never seen anyone bowl left arm leg spin. He said, well, you're going to face one tomorrow in Freddie Freeman, so you can bowl some, help your WA teammates out and work out what it's all about. So he flicked a couple to me, showed me how to do it, landed a couple to Jeff Marsh, and then he goes, Hoggy, what about bowl a couple of wrongets? And I'm bowling a Damien Martin. I said, how do we do that? Flicked a couple out, and I beat Damien Martin's outside edge a couple of times, and he said, you better stick with that. And 2 years later, I'm debuting for Australia in a test match in Delhi.
Wow.
And yeah, got thumped.
Tell me about your games against India, Hoggy.
Games against India.
Yeah. Did you have some chat? I mean, it's different now, India versus
Yeah.
Australia, compared to what it was maybe in the early 2000s. Australia, the overwhelming favourites. Sachin, Saurav, Dravid, VVS, you know, just fighting tooth and nail. Did you have some good conversations with the boys?
More so afterwards. After we finished cricket, I think that's a disappointing thing about international cricket when we're playing. You'd play, stay in the change rooms, you wouldn't really interact. I think that's a great thing about IPL cricket and T20 franchise cricket is that it brings the cultures together. You get to learn and meet those different players, but back then we didn't really mingle that much, and that's probably the disappointing thing. But the great thing about it for me, being a spinner, I'm bowling against the best in the world. I'm testing my skills, and I got tested big time. Sehwag, I had no answers for him when he was aggressive. He was just always on top of me. Rahul Dravid, I just love the way that he'd play back to me, and he'd work me square, and then he'd force me to bowl a little fuller, and then come down and try and drive me.
Yeah.
Just work me over. Sachin Tendulkar, he's very similar to Dravid, but the thing with Sachin is that he'd play me conservatively, but every now and then he'd just really dominate and just show I've got you covered massively. So he'd be a little bit more aggressive where he plays a late cut and then plays a pull shot and then drives me, and it just there were glimpses there where he really showed authority to me, and the other big challenges I loved it. But once I got past those three and into the likes of Ganguly and Yuvraj Singh, I was probably more comfortable bowling to the two left-handers in the middle order. Well, Ganguly, he was my first Test wicket. I've got him most times in international cricket. I think he's one of my bunnies.
Go on, say it. Dada wouldn't mind it. One question which always comes up. You know, it's unfair to compare players in different eras. You stand under the Lily Marsh stand with Sunil Gavaskar taking them on just with a floppy. That's just obviously a different level of cricket. What if Virat Kohli, the likes of Virat Kohli, played in that era? How do you think he would have fared? And maybe not even say the Lily Marsh era, but even the McGraths and Gillespies and Brett Lees. How do you reckon he would have done if he was playing late 90s, early 2000s?
It's very difficult to say. It's very, but look, he's a very competitive guy. Even you go back to the 70s with the West Indies pace attack, I think he would have found a way. I just think he's got that drive, he's got that determination. For me, I think he would have survived in any era. I just think we're grateful that we've got someone of his calibre playing now. 2200s and 2250s in chasing totals in one-day cricket, 75% above win ratio chasing totals.
No joke.
I just think he's probably the best player that we've seen, because that's probably the ultimate. How you score when you're under pressure chasing.
I know you would have loved to bowl at Virat, right? Again, right now in
I've got
Australia.
him out once. I looked at the stats the other day and just trying to work out the matchups for the South African game here. And oh gee, I got him out once. I can't remember that. But I just love his competitiveness and the aggression that he has on the field. He's always in your face. But the one thing I really loved, I sat next to him on a plane in an Indian flight from, I think it was from Bangalore to Mumbai, and he was tired and he needed a bit of a rest. But he spoke to me for the whole trip, and then we got off the plane and he had a little cart there that was taking me in the back streets, and he popped me in the cart and said, "You're coming with me." Just his humility and very approachable man, and I think he's probably one of the best leaders that India have ever had, on and off the field. The way that he conducts himself, especially off the field, he's a great ambassador for the game in India.
Yeah, I think for the youngsters, I mean, we've been privileged. I think every era we've had someone or the other who's led India well, who's brought change as per the needs of the game. But modern era, just how we glamorized and how much we just love Test cricket, I think we'd probably be thankful. But since you can't bowl at Virat, there is another very competitive Indian who is down here in Perth. Might not be the same caliber, maybe just a few rungs lower.
Yep.
That's me.
Yep.
Do you think there's a chance that I could face you in the nets?
You can face me in the nets, but I've bought an older ball and a newer ball. The newer ball won't turn as much, so I thought I'll give you.
I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you.
Yep. No, we can get in there and.
All right, love it.
Yeah. If the WACA boys weren't playing, we could have got on the turf nets. So.
On the turf nets. So where are we going? Indoor?
We're going to have to go indoor at the
Let's
moment.
go indoor.
Let's
go indoor. Wow, there we go. Brad Hogg up against an Indian. One more time. He's just found a new bunny. नंबर प्लेट देखो भाई, ये यहाँ का स्टेट आ गया वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया. Baggy 367 green. Baggy 367, Baggy green 367. Hog, you wouldn't know who Baggy 367 was?
No, I don't know about that one. No, my wife got me that number plate, and I love it. Yeah, it's the only problem is the cricket followers do actually pick it up very quickly.
Yeah, I love the contrast as well.
Yeah.
That's you within.
Yeah.
That's you on the outside. Baggy 367. This is what, Sir Don Bradman's bat?
That's the old man's bat.
That's your,
I thought I'd bring that in. E25 Fish and Beatty with that. Look how different the edges are from the 1970s to now.
70s में ब्रैड हॉग के पिताजी जो है वो क्रिकेट खेलते थे वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए, और जब बिशन सिंह बेदी यहाँ पे आए थे उन्होंने गेंदबाजी की थी उनको, एंड ये उनका बैट है. Well done, that's priceless.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for bringing it.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd bring it in for you.
हल्का सा ग्रे निकल्स का जो स्टिकर है. 17 साल की उम्र में उनके पिताजी ने इस बैट के साथ खेलना शुरू किया. 47 में रिटायर हुए, तो 30 साल तक उन्होंने ये बैट यूज़ किया. थोड़ा सा ब्रैड हॉग ने भी यूज़ किया, और ये कहते हैं ना, वो आने वाली आपकी जनरेशन को गिफ्ट दिया जाएगा.
We're going to have a little bit of fun here. I'll go easy.
Yeah, since I don't have the pads, so don't judge me with my footwork, Brad.
No, won't judge you.
It might come across as very sloppy.
I'll tell you which way they're going to turn anyway. First one will turn in.
Okay, first one in.
Yep.
Okay.
First one in. We'll see how that goes. Let me warm up, and then I'll try and bowl you a wrongin. So the secret with leg spin, you bowl your leg spinner. Had the wrongin, it came out the back of the hand. Had the back spinner. Had another back spinner where I rolled it off those two fingers. But the most important ball was the top spinner. But you bowl cross seam with the top spinner, because the batsman wouldn't work out whether it's a leggy or the leggy or the wrongin. So the top spinner's sort of going down there, and they're going, which one is it? Which one is it? So they're playing for both.
I mean, you know, ideally I'd pick them up, but I don't have a side screen. So I'm like,
that's a white side screen.
It's a white ball.
I've got the conditions in my favour.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Brad Hogg, the local legend, up against the novice. अपने चैनल पे खुद स्टंप लगा रहा हूँ ताकि जब मैं बोल्ड होऊंगा तो और अच्छे से दिखे. अपनी बेइज्जती खुद कराऊंगा.
Good technique.
Right.
Good technique.
Right. Gee, look at the bounce on that.
6 balls, 18 needed. Rightio.
Six balls, 18 needed. Refresh.
No, you would have got one there. One.
Just one. 4?
We'll give him 4.
It's the straightest long on.
13 off 4.
भाई मैंने pads नहीं डाले. Are you gonna bowl another wrong on?
I just bowled it wrong.
I know. Will you bowl it again?
We'll do it again. 14 off 3. Got past point. I'll give you 4 for that. Quick outfield here out the WACA, going down the hill. 10 off 2.
Yeah.
Remember the big boundaries that way, and there's a strong wind coming in. You got to go straight.
Goes with, oh, it's against the wind.
That's against the wind.
Well, see, if I had my pads on, right, then I'd just...
Exactly right, that's the way to play.
भाई एक तो दे दे.
Yeah, but you're short by 2.
Still short by 2. Damn
He
it.
did pretty well. Did pretty well. He's got a good technique, hasn't he? How about that last shot? Beautiful.
Fancy that. वापस जाके एक तो बोलूँगा, एक तो मैंने छक्का मारा भाई ब्रैड हॉग को. Would you give that a 6? Was that a good shot? The one good shot out of 20 balls that I faced?
No, actually, you've got a very good technique, and I reckon if we spent a lot of time in the nets and you had the pads on, I reckon after about 2 sessions, you'd be like a Jinka Rahani and hitting me quite comfortably, picking that wrong and over cover.
देखो भाई इतनी तो हमने बेइज्जती नहीं कराई. मैंने 1.5-2 साल पहले लास्ट टाइम बैट अपने हाथ में पकड़ा था. ब्रैड कैन हैव अ लुक एट द बॉल. और सच्चाई ये है कि मैंने मार के बॉल लाल कर दी. I've left a mark, haven't I? That's a gun mat. Gun bat.
My confidence has gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, let's not push it now, bro. Let's not push it. But on a slogger count of 1 to 10, what would you rate me at?
I think the shot that you played straight down the ground, out the back end of that little contest,
Glimpse of the seamless, endless talent within.
it was very much like Virat Kohli hitting Ralph over his head out the MCG, just with the lack of pace.
Don't push it. Oh, but this is so much fun, Ledge.
Thanks very much, mate. Thank
Yeah,
you so
next time
much,
when I'm
mate.
in Perth, you got to take me around.
Yeah.
We'll probably go on a boat. We go out in the ocean.
We'll go fishing, but I might even try and get you to stand on a surfboard.
Now that sounds like a plan.
No, pleasure meeting you, mate.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you so
you.
much. Thanks for
Cheers.
this
Thank
access.
you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would be great.
And the mic.
Yeah.
Need
Oh,
the
you got to take that.